All right, everybody, we're back again. So today on Movement is My Medicine, we're going to talk about the goblet squat. It's one of our favorite exercises. We use it with a lot of our patients because most people can always use a little bit of additional practice in squatting. But in doing the goblet squat as compared to a back squat, we really get a lot of bang for our buck, right? We get to work on thoracic extension. We work on some anterior core stability. We also work on some hip mobility. So you get a lot from this exercise without having to do a whole lot of work, okay? So I'm going to ask Nicole to come in and join us. I'm going to let you choose the weapon of your choice. I'm going to have Nicole demonstrate the goblet squat. So she's going to face away so you can see it from the profile. I want you to really pay attention to Nicole's spine here. Listen for her breath, but watch what she does. So she's going to start in a deadlift position. She's going to deadlift and bring that kettlebell right up to her chest. Good. So she's holding that at her chest, just off her chest, but her elbows are in tight to her body. What I'm going to ask Nicole to do is to hinge back, drop into a squat, keeping that kettlebell nice and tight to her chest. You'll notice that nice tall spine. Then I'll have Nicole stand up using her breath. Good. So again, she's going to hinge the hips back, drop down in, drive through the heels as she stands up. Good. Let's have you return that kettlebell to the floor, Nicole. The one thing I forgot to mention is Nicole's stance. The stance on a goblet squat, and you'll be able to see this better. Actually, Nicole, why don't we have you face the camera? So you'll be able to see her stance a little bit better here. It's not as narrow as we would with a deadlift, right? So we're gonna go slightly wider than hip width, and toes are gonna be toed out slightly, and that's gonna depend on you, right? So everyone's body is a little bit different. So how wide your stance is, how much you toe out, that's really gonna be based on where you're comfortable. So I'm gonna have Nicole show you 3 different variations now. So there's 3 ways that we teach the squat. So again, she's gonna bring that kettlebell up to her chest. We're gonna do a 1 second down, 1 second up count. So Nicole's gonna drop down, hips hinge, drop down. Let's hear her breath as she comes up. Good. So that's a 1 second down, 1 second up. Just that's the simplest rep scheme we use. The next one we'll do a slow descent. So I'll have Nicole come down on a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then she'll stand back up from there. You'll notice that Nicole's elbows stay tight. They travel inside of her knees. We're not out here, right? So those elbows stay nice and tight. The next one we're gonna do, Nicole's gonna come down and she's gonna hold the hole, we call it, right? So she's gonna drop down in and she's just gonna hold that position. Focusing on elongating and extending the thoracic spine. You'll notice she's shifting her weight side to side, which helps to loosen up the ankles a little bit. And also at the same time will work to mobilize the hips. And I'll have Nicole stand up from there. So you can have that hold. You can return that kettlebell to the floor, Nicole. Thank you very much. You can have that hold in the bottom anywhere from 10 to 15 seconds. I've seen patients do it longer. We've had some patients do it longer, holding the heavier bell. Now, if you're holding a really heavy bell and you're in that hold in the whole position, you do not want to stand up with it. Okay, so if you're holding a 70-pound kettlebell, keep it at your chest. When you go to stand back up, what you're going to do is the same thing here. I'm going to drop down in, bring that bell up. If this is a heavier bell, I'm going to drop in. I'll hold here. When I'm done, I'm actually going to do a little reverse bicep curl and stand up from it. We don't want to load those extra mobilized hips, right? We just loosen them up. I don't want to put too much load on them. But with a 35-pound bell, it works well, okay? So this is the goblet squat. Thoracic extension, anterior core stability, and hip mobility, a little bit of ankle mobility with that weight shift. Take advantage of it. Give it a shot. It's not that hard to do. At home, if you don't have kettlebells, pull out a dumbbell. If you can't do that, you can just do a front squat. So grab a backpack and load it up with a bunch of textbooks or gallons of water and just put it on the front. It's very similar to a goblet squat in that front squat position, or you can just grab the straps of it and do the same thing, okay? Give this exercise a shot. It's a great exercise. It really helps to hit a lot of the body, and it's a really simple one to do. If you have any questions about it or whether it's the right exercise for you, just give us a call or shoot us an email at info@freedom-chiro.com. We'll be happy to answer all those questions. Thank you very much for watching the video. We really appreciate it, and we'll hear from you soon.